Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer, the segment of this channel where I give you guys all sorts of detailed analyses from all walks of life. I will talk about people, places, animals, food, sports, the whole 9 yards, hence why it's called The Mixer. I mix everything up here. There are over 200 freaking videos in this playlist, and I don't think there will be any more because I've been remaking a lot of them lately, the Hollywood route, because after you have about 940 or so videos and you've been on YouTube for about 7 years, you start to run out of ideas, so you go back and redo your crappier Hollywood, crappier videos, However, today's video is something completely original, it's going to be a concept vlog. In case you don't know, if you're not familiar with the terms here, concept vlog is a term that I coined on my channel, which is a vlog where I literally just come here and talk to you guys. It's just me in the background music. There is an intro, there is an outro. I do filter them, whether depending on what I talk about, it is mixer or what's the damage, And today is going to be a little bit more lighthearted because I'm going to be talking about something that I don't think I have addressed fully on my channel too many times, which is of course the concept of patience, or maybe you can call it impatience. I was considering maybe like titling this impatience and putting it in what's the damage, but I want to talk about this in a more positive light, because I think that when it comes to being patient, people have very different spectrums, Either you're very patient or very impatient, There are the rare cases of you being somewhat right in the middle, which is where I actually consider myself to be, because I am a very patient person depending on the context of the situation, but I can also lose my patience very quickly and easily. So it really does depend on what I'm dealing with, who I'm dealing with, or when I'm dealing with them, and in what format, Like for example, as a teacher, I am very, very patient, at my job, because I want to teach my students in the best possible way possible, the best possible way possible. What kind of an English teacher am I, huh? I want to try to teach them in the best way possible and make sure that they actually learn what I'm trying to teach them, So I will explain the same thing many, many times until they understand it, I'm very open for them to asking me questions. So now I am very, very patient in my job, but outside, like in my personal life, I think that there's I'm actually very impatient when it comes to video games, for example, like I will lose my patience and get angry very, very easily. Or if I'm in a rush and something that I want to happen is not happening, I actually think it's going to be really aggravating. So basically try to consider myself as right there in the middle spectrum. Maybe you can relate to this, You find yourself in a day where everything is going well, you're in a good mood, things are looking up for you, good things are happening, you're talking to your friends and stuff. The day is going well and you find yourself being very patient with the day's events, You just sit there smiling, thinking about how good things are going in that particular moment, and then you're just sitting there waiting patiently for something to happen. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, let's say you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, things are happening that aren't really, pleasurable for you. You're losing your patience very quickly and easily. A lot of crap is happening all over the place and you can't really seem to, catch a break, and then you're going to start losing a lot of your patience throughout the day. So then you're faced with the same situation like waiting in line for something to happen, for example, and you're going to lose your patience very, very quickly, That is essentially how it works. If you stop to think about it, I think that a lot of humans can define themselves as being in both sides of the spectrum, We are all largely patient and also impatient. There are people who can administer it better, that's for sure. I think that the older you get, the more patient you get, depending on where you live, and what culture you belong to. Here in Brazil, the elderly are very patient, whereas the youngsters are very impatient. So I'm 30, so I kind of feel like I've been having a midlife crisis lately, so it's maybe I'm right there, perfectly in the balanced middle there. But it feels very strange because I can be very patient in my house, when I'm doing chores and stuff, looking forward to doing something afterwards. Or I can be very, for example, I'm gonna do a bunch of chores, then I'm gonna sit down to watch a movie or play video games or watch sports, But that's if I'm patient. I wake up early to do the chores and then do my activities, my pastimes. But if I happen to be impatient, I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna play video games first, or watch this movie first, or watch the basketball game first, then I'll do my chores later. And of course, more often than not, I end up procrastinating and I don't even do the chores at all because the sun goes down. So I do have this problem, So depending on how patient I am on that day, I will switch up my activities, and that can usually lead to some of them not being done at all. There are people who deal with patience or the lack thereof by meditating, which in and out of itself already constitutes a very high degree of patience needed, I have tried to meditate before and I just cannot do it, This is a real showing of my impatience as a person, I cannot meditate. I cannot just sit there for an hour or more, and just not do nothing. I can't just sit there and think, close my eyes and go, I think I would probably go crazy after 5 minutes of doing this, you know, because I understand that there are different forms of meditating, you know, and it's depending on how you do it can actually be pretty pleasurable and enjoyable, or makes you relax or something. I don't care. I'm not a Buddhist monk. I'm not a guru. I'm not Buddha himself. I don't like meditating, you know. I'm losing patience just talking about it, you know. But if you have the ability to sit and meditate, hey, props to you, power to you. You do you, man, you know, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. But like I can't, like, because me, for example, well, every minute that I sit around doing nothing is a minute that I wasted that I could have been doing something productive. Like, for example, working on a YouTube video, you know, or, you know, grading a test, or preparing a class, or, you know, maybe watching something on TV, or, you know, doing the dishes or something, you know, cleaning my house. Like, I don't like to waste time, you know. I am not a time waster. I do procrastinate a lot, but I never do nothing. Like, sometimes I will procrastinate doing some chores, you know. I'll just keep, well, I'll do it later or later or later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the day after tomorrow, this and that. Like, I do tend to procrastinate, which I did cover in this video here last year, you know, a very similar style vlog talking about procrastination. I do have the habit of doing this a lot, I do admit, but I do eventually get stuff done. And just because I procrastinate doing something doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything at all, you know. I will procrastinate doing chores, but I will be watching a movie, you know, or an episode of a TV show, or several episodes, or playing a game, which is all experiences that I have as a person, and I can also translate here into YouTube later, you know. So every movie that I watch is one that I can, you know, review here on the channel. Same thing with a TV show or a game that I could eventually play on my channel, you know. Maybe I'll be watching a YouTube video while eating something, and then maybe that video will inspire me to make one myself, you know. So everything that you do in life, if you look at it in a certain way, can be converted into productivity if you're just patient enough to look at it that way. You see what I did there? I tried to bring it full circle. It probably sucked the way that I did it, but still, you get the idea. Now, having patience is good, you know, in different areas of life, especially in relationships, you know. You really should always be very patient with your partner or your significant other, because there are going to be bad days. There will be days when you're both going to yell at each other and have arguments. But if both of you are impatient, if you don't have the patience to sit down and talk it out, you're going to have a bad time, you know. If you prefer to just yell and scream and try to resolve it that way, you know, it's not going to work out for either of you in the long term, you know. Especially at work. If you're at work and you don't have enough patience to do your tasks, you know, or finish what you need to do before the day ends, and you just do it, you know, in a rushed way so you can get it done quickly and go home. I have been guilty. I am guilty of this. I have done this before in the past, but it's never led to anything good, you know, especially when your boss or supervisors or any superior finds out. So it's always good to chill. If you feel like you're not going to finish something now, just have patience and do it later, even if it's on the next day, you know. Take it slowly and just do it nice and, you know, steadily, so you don't trip on yourself, you know. And there was this quote that I saw some time ago that I'll probably butcher now, something to the degree of, if you have a problem, you know, think about it. Can you resolve it right now? Then don't. Or something like, I don't know, like if you have a problem and you can't resolve it now, then don't worry about it, you know, worry about it tomorrow. Go to sleep and, you know, don't lose sleep over it, you know, because the problem is still going to be there, so you'll face it the next day. Something like that. I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea. The point is that it's really, really good for us to have more patience in our daily lives, you know. It's just like that Guns N' Roses song said, you know, sometimes all you need is a little bit of patience. That is how it goes, right? Not a big fan of Guns, but I'm pretty sure that's what Axl Rose said, something to that degree. I don't care. Look it up if you don't know that. If I said it wrong, just look up the damn song. I'm even gonna leave a damn link to it up here. Go and watch the Guns N' Roses Patience song, you know, with Alex Rose. Oh boy, this video is going off the rails pretty damn quickly. This is getting weird fast, in the words of Ryan Higa. But anyway, so now basically what I'm trying to get at here is that it is important for us to have patience in our lives, but the lack of it isn't necessarily bad, because at least you're gonna get things done quickly. But then again, like, I don't think you should have a lot of patience with certain people, for example. Like, there are certain kinds of people that I don't like in this world. And like, for example, we shouldn't be patient with those who are racist or misogynistic or sexist. I'm pretty sure those last two mean the same thing, but you know what I mean. There are certain people that annoy us that maybe they don't deserve our patience. Maybe they deserve a good kick in the head or something, or a chair to the face, that kind of thing. It all depends, you know, on the context and what exactly the situation calls for. But in general, I think people should try to be a little bit more patient, you know, just like I am recording this video here, even though the sunlight has gone away at this point, you know. It's a very nice day, the sun is out, and it's quiet, you know, not a lot of distractions except for these damn motorcycle fruit cups. At least that one is silent, you know. Man, the city that I live in here in Sao Paulo really loves delivery, man. There's like a bunch of motor boys all over the damn place. There's like tens of motorcycles going by every single day. It's freaking crazy. And like my next door neighbors are always buying stuff, you know. It's like they don't do any shopping. They always get stuff delivered to them in the mail. What am I talking about? Why am I getting into this topic? Anyway, patience. I have it. Sometimes. And when I don't, well, you guys probably saw a lot of my impatience in the gameplays that I record, you know. There are moments where I'm just like, man, I want to die. I hate this so much. I can't take it. I hate this game. I hate my life. I hate everything, you know. But then there it is. I'm like, okay, no, it's cool. I lost, but it's okay. That's what happened. It's a part of life. Let's just go. And that's just life in a nutshell. I think I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. You know, usually these concept vlogs are pretty short, and I am really running out of ideas for videos, but I promise that I'm gonna do better stuff because I have started playing NHL 22 on my channel, so you already know the drill. There's going to be vlogs talking about hockey, the athletes and the sport, you know, teams and stuff. It's gonna be freaking awesome, and I cannot wait to do it. And until then, I guess I'll see you guys there. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it. Let me know in the comments below if you're patient, impatient, if you're in the middle somewhere. Let me know because I would love to hear from you guys. If you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload. And it is all good. It is all good. I don't know why I sound like an Indian all of a sudden, but I don't think I can stop. So let's just hurry up and roll the outro screen, man. That was Jamaican.